my name is Tori, this is Novel Life, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to one of the last weekly reading vlogs of the year. This is officially like the last normal weekly vlog of the year, which I have started doing weekly reading vlogs this year. I stopped them for a while, and then I really got back into them, and I really enjoy them. Sharing them with you, I feel like my life's pretty boring, but you guys still love to see what I'm reading, what I'm doing, life updates, all of the above, you know. But I wanted to open up this reading vlog because I'm reading 3 fantasy romances. I wanted to read these fantasy romances before the end of the year, and I was like, ooh, my end of the year is, my time is dwindling very quickly. So I needed to get to them. So I have about 7 days until I leave to go on a Disney trip, which when you're seeing this vlog, I'll be in Disney. But I think I can get through the 3 of these in a week. I think that's good. I think I can do it, especially because I don't have plans to read like anything else other than like holiday novellas, kind of. But anyway, I'm very excited. So I want to read The 13th Child by Erin A. Craig. This will be my first book by this author. I am very excited. I don't know how fantasy driven it is. So she, Hazel, is a 13th child. She's promised to the gods. She has something with the god of death, like she's promised to the god of death as like her benefactor. I don't know what that means. I don't know how. I'm assuming because there's gods, there has to be like heavy fantasy, right? Like there has to be. I'll ask Christy. I'll message Christy. I'm pretty sure this is also fantasy. So but I know it's more like gothic. Oh, all hail the queen of gothic fantasy. Okay. So someone blurbed it and said that. So, okay, gothic fantasy, I'm all for that. Gothic has been my word this year, so I think it's fitting that one of the last reading vlogs of the year, I read a gothic fantasy. Considering One Dark Window and Two Twisted Crowns is one of my favorite books of the year. Like that duet I read at the beginning of the year. Absolutely loved it. That's when like really solidified my love for gothic fantasy, so very excited for that one. Another book that I have on my shelf is Ledge by Stacey McEwen. So this is actually book 1 in the Galatian trilogy. So this is the Dark and Quirky special edition that I took from Jess when I went to her house last year. She was cleaning out her library last Christmas, and she didn't want this, and I was like, you know what, I'll take it, I'll give it to you. So it's very pretty, but I haven't really heard too many things about this series, and I wanted to give it a try. So after being randomly selected as a human sacrifice, Dawson finds herself on a quest to save her people from their icy prison. Don't really know anything other than that. I'm kind of going into it blind. I think this is just a fantasy romance with kingdoms and stuff like that. So I have this, actually, I have the Kindle version from my library downloaded. If I didn't say for The 13th Child, I have the audiobook, but I'll be listening and reading because it's fantasy. I like to not work while I listen to that because I'd get like too caught up or whatever. I want to make sure I pay attention, you know. I have the Kindle version of this. I am excited to read this. I don't know if this is like super long. Yeah, it's 372 pages, so it's not too long. The audiobook for The 13th Child is about 17 hours. Now, the last one I want to read is like an unanticipated one for me, and I'm kind of nervous because this book can like make or break like how I feel about this author, if that makes sense. Throne of Secrets by Kerri Maniscalco. So I read Throne of the Fallen this year, and I gave it 4 stars. I really liked it. I loved the world setup. I loved all of the above. I've been on hold for this audiobook. My library has 1 copy, and 49 people are waiting, and I'm 4th in line. Tell me how that makes sense. Tell me how that makes sense. It doesn't make sense. Anyway, this is Gluttony. Yeah, Prince of Gluttony. I don't know if that's who we saw at the end of the last book, but it says a steamy new standalone fantasy romance. So it says 2 rivals torn apart by a dark memory reunite on a deadly hunt in an irresistible twisted fairy tale. So I guess she's a reporter. I don't know. I'm very excited because I really liked Throne of the Fallen. It was very like, it kept me intrigued, all of the above. So I don't have the Kindle version. I don't have the Kindle version, so I'll physically be reading this, but this is very pretty on the inside. How many pages is this? It's almost 500. Okay. It's a little long. So this will be my physical book probably. I don't know when I'll pick this one up. I don't know which one I'm gonna pick up first actually because I haven't started them. I will be starting one tonight after work. I have to finish some things up, film a podcast episode with Jess. So I think I'm gonna look at the rate. No, I don't want to look at the ratings because then I'll ruin it. You know what? I'll just like try a chapter from each and then pick up the one that most interests me. But I hope you are ready for all these fantasy romances that I have. I hope you're ready because it is gonna be all about some fantasy romances. And I'm ready for it. I'm definitely ready for it. I'm very ready. I have been loving fantasy romance lately, and that's just what I'm going with. But let's get this weekly vlog started. I know I have to like do holiday letters. I have to do my nails. I have to get my nails done this weekend. Me and my brother are taking some photos for our parents, like the JCPenney's 90s style photos. Me and my brother are doing that. So yeah, it'll be a fun weekend. I do have some things planned, but let's go ahead and get this started. Hello, I just got out of Barnes & Noble and I am so proud of myself. I didn't buy anything at Barnes & Noble. Like, it is a legit miracle that I didn't buy anything. And I'm like, I mean, I saw some books, but I was like, nah, they're not anything like calling to me. You know what I mean? But I did just get my nails done. I hope you can see that. I love the bow. So I went in with like inspo. I was like, I don't even know if they can actually do it, but we'll see. I'll give them the inspo or whatever. And they did so good. It turned out perfectly. These are my Disney nails, so I'm very excited. I am about to head home, but I figured I would give you a reading update because why not? I am about 30% into The 13th Child. I listen to the audiobook when I get my nails done. They fold up, but I always bring my headphones. So I was listening to the audiobook, and I'm not sure where it's going because she's just now turned 16. Like, it's interesting. It's keeping my attention. I'm just like trying to figure out why her godfather. So she is the 13th child. Her parents were like, I don't want another mouth to feed. And all these gods came to them when she was like born and was like, hey, we'll take her. And they were like, no, we can't do that. So when she turned 12, or when she was 12, her godfather was like, I'm going to take you to the in-between, which is in between like the gods and the human world, I guess. And you can stay there. So she stays there for a year. She's told to read all these books, become a healer, because he wants to make her a healer in the human world. So that happened. On her 13th birthday, he comes back and he's like, hey, I'm gonna take you back to the human world where you can live in this cottage and you're gonna heal all these people. So she makes friends with this one boy that she healed, his uncle, that they're around the same age. They visit quite often. She's healed all these different people. She's found out her parents are not doing great. They're like going downhill, and that's kind of where I'm at. She goes back and she's still like healing, and her godfather comes for her 16th birthday. So I'm just like,
I don't know where it's going, so I don't really have any thoughts, if that makes sense. I mean, I'm intrigued, but it's not giving the 5-star vibes I was hoping. But then again, certain gothic romances can do that. Certain gothic romances, or gothic fantasies, I should say, will just like take me by surprise, and I'm just like, yes, give them to me. Love it, 5 stars. So, I don't know. The vibes are kind of vibing, as in like the atmosphere is atmospheric, but I'm not like super connected to any character in particular. Like, I'm connected to her. I mean, like, I'm interested in her, but I'm not like, I get you, girl. I get what you're going through. You know what I mean? So, I don't know how far I'll get through the audiobook tonight. I have to write some holiday cards. I have to do some laundry, like, stuff like that. So I'm gonna go home and do that to finish up some work. But yeah, it's interesting. It's going. And that's all I got. So I'll talk to you guys later.
Hello, look how cute my Christmas tree is. I love it. I love it so much. I love sitting here. I usually don't bring my camera down because I'm always filming something upstairs, so I always keep my camera upstairs. Anyway, I have an update for you. I have a vlog update. Now, let me find what page I am in this book. I think I'm probably gonna finish tonight. I don't know, maybe. If not tonight, definitely tomorrow. Okay. So, I'm on chapter 43. Also, I just wanted to show off my bookmark. I got a Book Babes Designs advent calendar. And like, look how cute and sparkly it is. It's like so cute. I got a lot of stickers and a lot of bookmarks, so I gifted it to some friends for Christmas. Cause like it was like 15 different things, and I was like, I don't need this many bookmarks and stickers. So I was like, what is the word? Okay, so I'm on page 364 out of like 480 something pages. So I only have technically this much left. Not a lot. I've been listening to it. It says a long book. It's not giving, okay, so I'm 70% through. So I only have like 30% left, but I moved my camera a little bit so you can see this. It's not giving 5-star vibes, and I think I know why. Because while I do like our female character Hazel, it feels like this book is separated into sections. So like the first 30% was her learning to be a healer, learning all of these things, and just like, what's the word? Like, she's like gathering all the tools that she needs, right? And while this is very atmospheric, it is very atmospheric. I wouldn't like call it super heavy gothic, but it has like those vibes. Now, in the middle of the book, you see that she is trying to heal the king. The king has this illness that hasn't been healed. There's this brilliance that's coming out, and she's trying to figure it out. And so she has to kind of like bargain with these other gods, even though she is like I forgot what they call it, but she's like the child, like her godfather is the god of death, basically. And so he's mad because certain people have certain candles, and if she messes with that, like the candles are their life, and if you mess with that, like there's like all these different aspects. But now she cured the king, fantastic, because she bartered with the other gods for something. And now it's like, oh, these other people are dying because of this, and she's kind of like figured out that cure. And she kind of has this like subplot with the king's son, Leopold, because like when she was younger, he like yelled at her for asking for more coins, because like the kids of the kingdom will go, like the prince and princess will go from like town to town to like give out coins and stuff like that. And so her family would have her like change clothes and change outfits, all of the 13 kids that they have, to get more coins. And so she never actually changed out her hat because her brother told her not to. And Leopold, as a kid, as a prince, young prince, yelled at her and was like, you just got a coin for my sister. Why are you trying to get another one? And so she like goes off on him, and he remembers her, and then she goes to the castle as a healer, and he's like, oh, I kind of remember you, this and that. So it's like they had this like subplot. It feels very clunky, like chunky, as in like segmented. And it's not my like absolute favorite, if that makes sense. So I don't know, it feels just very like, it's not my favorite. Like, I'm enjoying the read and I'm invested. I don't know what the last 30% is gonna hold, and it could like make or break the book, right? Like right now it's sitting at a solid 4-star. Like if I had to rate this book right now, I like the atmosphere, the gods are very interesting, I like the names, like it's all good, it's all solid, it's solid, like 3.5, 4 stars right now. So the ending could make it or break it for me. It could go lower, it could go higher, I don't know. So I'm definitely gonna finish the audiobook today. Now, in unfortunate news, I've decided to DNF Ledge by Stacey McEwen. I read the first, like, how many chapters? Got to chapter 5, so I got 30 pages in. And honestly, like, that's not very far, but this is a 300-page book, right? Like, this is a thick book. Now, this is the special edition that I was gifted from Jess at Piece of Books. She got this from Dark and Quirky, because I think she was a rep for them at one point. So I'm gonna put this in a little free library. So I usually will sell books on my Pango if I've received them, or if I bought them myself. If I bought them myself, I'll put them on Pango. But I didn't, so this one's gonna go in a little free library. So I've been wanting to try it. This was actually on my 24 books to read in 2024. If you wonder what this is, Mimi is sitting next to me. You wanna come here? You just gonna sit there? Okay. So yeah, okay, how do I say this? I did not like our female character. Immediately, we are not dropped into action. We are dropped into her being like secluded and having to fight for some food and yada, yada, yada. And it's kind of explaining the tier system between like the chasm, the ledge that she lives on, and then like there's a castle, and then like there's something above her. And while like that's all fine and dandy, I just feel like I don't care about her. Like, oh, she's lonely, her parents died, her sister died, like all these things you see that she's explaining, and I don't like it. She also like already has sex with one of the guys in the village because she just needs to like, you know, get it out basically. Like they have this like arrangement or whatever, and he's like, oh, you would never marry me, like it doesn't matter if I would ask or whatever. I just don't care. Also, the writing style is not for me. I can tell from the first 5 chapters. Sometimes like I'm starting to like really hone in on me as a reader and what I like and don't like, and how like I'm able to really hone in on like what is gonna work for me and what doesn't. Like rather than reading 50-60% of this book and finally realizing, yeah, it's not for me. What I do is if I'm getting that feeling as like it's not really working for me, and I go look at Goodreads, which is what I did, and 2 of my friends one gave it 3, one gave it 2 stars, and a lot of people that I follow have given it like lower ratings, and it doesn't have the best ratings. I'm like, oh, okay, then it's not gonna work for me. Like it's not gonna get better. Like if some of my friends that really read the same as me, like sometimes we differ, but if I'm already having this feeling and I go and look and it's not great, it's not gonna be great. So if you wanted to see me read this, I am so sorry. No desire. And I actually was like, oh, is it me? Am I getting into a slump? Because that could be it. I picked up another random book, another fantasy romance that I stopped reading, but it's one that I've been interested in. And I was like, ooh, okay. Are you joining me? Oh, wait, no, that doesn't mean pets. I want you to go back up there. She wants me to pet her. It's her pet time. And I read first 4 chapters and I was immediately invested. So yeah, it wasn't a me thing, it was definitely this book. That's how I test it. Now, I have to physically read Throne of Secrets, so as soon as I finish The 13th Child, when I finish this one, which will probably be tonight, tomorrow, I'm gonna sit down and start this one. Now, this one is an anticipated, a really anticipated release for me. So I don't know. I have such high hopes, and I haven't looked at reviews. I don't want to go look at reviews because I don't want to be like swayed one way or the other, but I'm super excited. There's dragons in here? The chapter headings has dragons. Interesting. I wonder if that's like his thing. I'm just super excited. So I have really high hopes for this one. So yeah, so far it's all going okay. It's Friday night tonight. I'm going to vlog for Patreon this weekend as like a 24-hour Christmas vlog. So I'll be pausing my fantasy books, but I won't vlog it for that. I also have to go shopping, finish up some holiday shopping. I have to get ready for my Disney trip, which you guys are seeing this when I'm in Disney and in Florida. Film a lot tomorrow. I have to edit after this. I have to actually go upstairs and edit something. So yeah, it's just a lot of things. A lot of things are happening. What's that? Are you my kitty cat girl? Yeah. She loves being around me, especially when the dogs are upstairs. She gets to have her alone time with me. But that is all I have for this check-in. That was a pretty long check-in, but I'm gonna go. and edit so then I can sit down and finish The 13th Child.
Hello, I have a little bit of a reading update, probably actually a really big reading update, but I got something from the TikTok shop that I'm actually taking to Disney with me in 4 days, so I wanted to open that for you. I got a gift too. It's over there. I can't show you. I mean, the person doesn't watch my videos, but I don't want to show you. And then I got actually this tripod that I'm using from TikTok. I thought it was the MagSafe one, and I'm really pissed that it's not the MagSafe one, but it's fine. We all know that I love bows, right? Like bows are super cute. And I always want like a matching set. I always want like a matching set for like a cosmetic case. I really wish that this was like a hard case, but so this will probably be for my makeup. Look how cute. It's all the bows. You see the bows? It's so adorable. This is like a little travel one, I guess. Yeah, it looks like it's like a little travel. And they're all lined with like, not plastic, but like protective. So it's not gonna like leak or anything, which is nice. I actually don't know if that'll be my bathroom or if that'll be my, I don't know. But then I have this little one, so I can put like some other stuff in there. And then this decently sized one. Does it pop out too? Oh yeah, I could put like all of my bathroom stuff in here. Put like my, like bathroom stuff. I could put like hair stuff. I don't know if my hairbrush will fit in there. Definitely makeup, because I use a lot of makeup. And then I don't know what this will be for. So yeah, that's all the cute little like bag set I got. I just really wanted one and I thought this was cute. It's kind of an impulse purchase, but you know, whatever. Now for the reading update you've all been waiting for. So I finished The 13th Child. Ooh, when did I finish this? Saturday night? I think Saturday night. Today it's Monday morning. It's Monday night. Monday morning, no. It's 5:30 on Monday night. I finished 13th Child, and I definitely have some thoughts on this. So I was really hoping to love this one better only because our character, like, I think I said this in my last update when I told you I DNF'd the ledge, but it feels very like chunky and like it seems like this was like 3 different stories. Like obviously you have Merrick, who is her godfather, that's throughout the whole story, and like their journey together as like a goddaughter godfather, their relationship, which is not romantic at all, it's just like their relationship, because he's the god of death, he's like helping her, he's given her powers, yada yada yada, of how to heal people and all the things in the book. So like that's an overarching plot throughout the whole story, and it goes to the very end of the page, and I did like that. That was cute, adorable, whatever. It is what it was, right? But then you have like kind of a romance that kind of comes out of nowhere. Like it's not very developed at all in my opinion. And then you have like her as a character. I mean, like she's grown, but she hasn't really grown. Like, I don't know. I landed at a 4-star. I feel like it's more of like a 3.5, 4-star for me. Because I like the writing. I just felt like I like the writing style. I just felt like the way that Erin A. Craig like is descriptive with her stuff. I just did not like that it was not like chunky, like the pacing of the story was chunky. I hope that makes sense. I really hope that makes sense. So, I mean, this is an anticipated one for me since I bought it, but you know, it is what it is. I also started Throne of Secrets, which is the last book that I'm reading for this vlog, and I'm very excited for this one. So my audiobook, what is a smudge? Sometimes like my dust jackets will come with smudges, and I'm like, where did that even come from? Anyway, I got the audiobook from this through Audible. I bought the Audible. I used a credit to buy the audiobook because still my library has one copy. I have 6 library cards, and they all have like 1 or 2 copies, and the one that had like the earliest availability to place and hold, I did it like months ago, right? When it was available to hold, even though it wasn't out yet. I was 9th in line, right? And this has been out for like a month or so, a little over a month, I want to say. I am 3rd in line, and they still have 1 copy and 48 people waiting. How does that make sense? When you see that many people are waiting for the audiobook, like, come on. That's the only time I've ever seen it like that. So I did get the audiobook through Audible. I listened to 1 chapter last night because I was like, I stretched my neck on this like thing, I lay on it or whatever, and so I can listen, obviously, to audiobooks. And I didn't realize that, I think I said this, that like dragons were on the chapter headings of this book. Let me make sure. Yeah, oh, well, hers has flowers, but his has dragons. And I was like, I didn't know dragons were a part of this book. Apparently, he likes to go out and like battle dragons, like the ice dragons. That's what happens in the first chapter. If something happens with like the horde of all the ice dragons, they have a pact between like the Sens, the people who rule like envy, gluttony, all that stuff. He's gluttony. You see that he owns, like, he started this pact with them so they can battle and like get their kind of like sparring out. Like, we want to battle just because like we want that adrenaline rush, but like the first one to draw blood, but like not to the death or whatever. And then something happens at the end of that first chapter where I was like, what? But then you see our female character, her name's Adriana, I think. Yeah, Adriana. She's like trying to get this story out of some person in his kingdom. Like, she's like, oh, this is my assignment for tonight. I'm supposed to like cuddle up to this person and get as much information as I want out of him. I don't know if he's important. He's just like probably a lower person in Gluttony's kingdom, but I'm very excited to sit down and read this for the next couple of days before I leave, because I leave on Friday, so this vlog has to be done by Thursday. But I'll read a little bit each day. It's thick, but now that I have the audiobook, it's a lot easier, even though I listen at like 1.75 speed when I'm listening to fantasy. So that is my reading update. That's all I have for you. Yeah, I'm gonna get back to work. I have a couple more things to finish up before I'm done with work for the day, and I will talk to you guys later.
Hi, hello. I am back with my final update and to close out this reading vlog, and I unfortunately have to say this vlog is horrible. Honestly, I DNF'd not only The Ledge, but I also DNF'd Throne of Secrets by Kerri Maniscalco. I got through like not even 25% into the audiobook, that far. I got that far into the book, and I could not tell you what was happening. I hated the characters, and this was my thing with sometimes with Kerri Maniscalco's writing, is why I DNF'd the Kingdom of the Wicked series, is that I know it was supposed to be YA, and that's totally fine, but for some reason the characters in the first book in this series was adult, right? It was an adult fantasy. They acted like adults, they talked like adults, all of that stuff. In this book, our female character is like making, I feel like, very like immature decisions, but there's no reasons why she's making those immature decisions. Like, she's supposed to be the person who's taking care of her family and doing all of these things, and I just did not feel like it was great to me. I was not liking it. I couldn't tell you. I kept checking out of the audiobook. It took me 3 days to get through 25%. 3 days for me to get that far and I didn't listen to anything else. I wasn't listening to anything else. That is horrible for me. So if it's taking me that long, it's either I'm hating it, I'm not vibing with it, it's not my cup of tea. So unfortunately, this is like the third time I've tried Kerri Maniscalco. And while I liked Throne of the Fallen, I gave that 4 stars. I think for me, this one her writing is not for me. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think it's for me. So sorry that I DNF'd 3 books in this reading vlog, but honestly, sometimes that's just how my reading goes on a weekly basis, I guess. So unfortunately for the last reading vlog, it's been kind of horrible because I DNF'd 2 books. But it's actually like I got through technically like 3 books that I physically own. So it's kind of a read it and unhaul it. I am unhauling Throne of Secrets. I will be unhauling this. Yeah, it wasn't an all around good vlog. I did go book shopping, was fun. So yeah, that stuff was fun. But if you've made it this far and you want to let me know, leave me the like party confetti emoji, the yay, you know what I'm talking about, because it's the last weekly vlog. Leave me that in the comments down below if you've made it this far. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe for more content from me. As always, I hope you're living a novel life, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.